Back to 92 Zoo, and live in the Zoo Lounge this afternoon, we have Pete Yorn, who's playing tonight at the Soul Kitchen. The show is going to be at 7:30. We got Tyler Ramsey from Band of Horses, also Devin Gaffilian, who was on earlier, and Pete's going to be playing. He's on tour in support of his new album, Caretaker, so we're going to talk about that in a second. But Pete, welcome back to Mobile.
Thanks for having me. It's been a long time.
It has, man. It's been too long, and we are very excited that you're here. So, do you mind playing a tune for us?
Yeah, let's do it. It's my single called Calm Down.
Awesome. It's Pete Yorn live in the Zoo Lounge, getting ready for the show tonight. Nice curtsy. As we get ready for the show tonight at the Soul Kitchen. And Pete, now, the last time you were here was back in 2007, so it's been a while. Yeah, what's up with that? Where you been?
I don't know. I've been traveling around. I don't know why I haven't made it back down here. I've been to like northern Alabama a few times, but I just haven't made it down here.
Well, we are glad to have you back in the new album, which is your first solo CD in like 3 years, I think.
Yeah, last one was Arranging Time, came out 2015 or 16. And then, now we got Caretakers, came out August 9th. And I'm really proud of it. I was excited about the record. So
It's a great album. I mean, now you collaborated with Jackson Phillips from Daywave, right?
Yes.
And how did that all happen?
I met him at a birthday party in Malibu, California. A 50th birthday for our manager, actually. And he had been on my radar because he produced this girl named Hazel English, who I discovered from like Twitter. And I was like, she's cool. And then I read about her. I was like, oh, she was produced by this guy, Daywave. And I'm like, oh, who's Daywave? And then I saw that he was on Harvest Records. And my side band, The Olms, was on Harvest Records. And so I was just kind of, knew about him. And then we were at a party, and late night, someone's like, hey, you gotta meet Jackson Phillips, Daywave. And I was like, oh my God, this is the guy. And so we started talking, and I told him, I was a fan of what he was doing. And he told me that like he kind of grew up listening to my music. He's a little younger than me. His older sister was playing it in the car, when he was a kid. And, he said, like, I got a studio out in Echo Park, California. And it's like, you should come by, man, and mess around with something. And then the next day, kind of forgot about it, And it wasn't until like 4 months later where we reconnected. Someone kind of put us together on an email chain. I was like, oh yeah, Jackson, I want to go see him. So I went to his house, and it was just one of those things. It hasn't happened like this in like 20 years for me, where we just hit it off right away. Everything we were talking about just made sense. We were kind of like kindred spirits, and we were into a lot of the same stuff, and he was bringing, I think he was reminding me of stuff that I'd been into a long time ago that maybe forgot about or I thought I moved past, and I think it reflects in this record where he kind of like, he's like, dude, like he was pulling out like Joy Division influences and the Cure and all this stuff that I've always loved, but I kind of like had moved away from that in some ways, and kind of reintroduced these sounds to this record, and you know, and we actually wrote a bunch of songs together in the studio too, so I think having him kind of help with arrangements kept things more interesting for me. It was like I didn't know it too well. I was like, oh, this feels mysterious, and it kept my interest. And then when I would take, you know, like an MP3 home, he'd email me. I'd drive home. I'd get to his house at like, let's see, 10:30 in the morning. I'm an early bird, and I like to work during the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to get home to put my girl to bed and have her in the bath and all that whole thing, my little girl. So, you know, we'd work from like 10:30 in the morning. I'd leave by like 5 every day. And within that window, we would create a whole new song pretty much every time. We got like 22 songs so far right now. And Caretakers is kind of the first installment.
So there might be a second one.
Yeah, I do think there will be a second one because there's a lot of stuff that we're excited about. And I think we'll probably, hopefully get a few more under our belt too that we can maybe add to that might resonate, you know, so we'll see. And, but yeah, it was a great time working with him. And on Calm Down, it was interesting. He has this friend named Soko, this French actress, singer, very interesting girl. And she just randomly popped by one day, and we were, Jax and I have been working up Calm Down, and she comes in and she's just like, she's very French, and she was very opinionated, but I loved it. And she had these ideas right away, and she starts throwing ideas at us and melodies, and I was like, this is awesome. I like love this stuff. And we just kind of like, she's like ended up co-writing the song with us and like added really great ideas. Yeah, so that was kind of fun, and yeah, it was a good experience working with Jackson.
Okay. I need to bring the mic up a little higher.
Yeah, sure.
Just so you can get right into it a little more.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's good. Because of the levels, like, that's why I like we're recording this. Hi! Hi.
Now I'm trying to project.
Projector. Yeah. I'm looking at the waves and mine are like, and then Pete's like,
yeah.
Oh. So, I read in an interview, or I heard somewhere that you guys would like take breaks in the afternoon and go to a health food store just to kind of clear your head and then come back and work on it some more.
We'd work in the morning, and then we'd like kind of hit a wall and be like, Jackson, like, we should get some food. So we go to this place called Lassen's. It's like this health food store out in Hollywood, and we get, you know, something to eat. And then we come back, and somehow I remember too, like thinking like sometimes by the time we went to Lassen's, I was like, I don't know if we're getting anything good today. And then we get back after we ate, and somehow like the whole song would just blossom, and we'd be done in like 3 hours. It was like vocal, everything, and it was pretty amazing.
Now you use a lot of metaphors in your lyrics, right? So why is that?
I think I like imagery. I think my favorite directors are a lot of symbolism, you know, like Fellini. I kind of like things that are not so obvious, and I understand it, and people who get me seem to understand it, or they hear what they're gonna hear and stuff. So yeah, and I do. And I have some songs that are very straightforward. There was a period where I was writing very specific about, you know, my life in that moment, and very diary style. But you know, this record's like that, but it's more of that kind of you know, I would say stream of consciousness in a lot of ways. So
Calm Down, that's is that you telling that to someone else, or are you telling that to yourself?
It's an inner dialogue. It's telling myself, you know, it's like you're in the shower and your mind's going, and you're not even focused on enjoying the shower, and you're thinking about all these things, and maybe giving yourself some anxiety or whatever like that, and it's just like, calm down. You know, it's kind of like, you know, when I look at you, it's kind of about witnessing yourself and becoming the witness and realizing that everything's okay, you know? So that's what it is. Yeah, it's not me saying like, you need to calm down. That's not that at all. But it could be that for anyone who wants to hear it that way. So it doesn't really matter to me, you know, what a song means to me or where it came from. I don't force that upon anybody else when they listen to my music, you know?
Yeah. So now you also, all right, one more time, sorry.